Welcome back. So we're switching over to Abia State, where there's been... Okay.
There's been what?
Well, where there's been plenty of news.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Plenty of news.
Okay,
indeed.
yes.
And there have been varied reactions and opinions about the whole matter in Abia State. It all began with an order from a federal high court ordering that the sitting governor, Ikpeazu, should vacate his office immediately for not paying his taxes and alleged forgery of his tax clearance certificate. The order came on the heels of a false information that he said to have submitted to his party, the PDP, during the party's governorship primary in December 2014. Now, at the ruling, presiding judge, Justice Okonabang, held that the Independent National Electoral Commission immediately issued a certificate of return to the plaintiff, Ucheoga, who polled the second highest number of votes during the primaries. That's one court ruling. Another court ruling, in a way, this time, from another federal high court, has affirmed that Governor Ikpeazu's tax documents were not forged. Mm-hmm. Justice Ambrose also held that the election of Ikpeazu is
valid. So Ikpeazu remains governor.
Oh, sure. So two federal high courts, one in a way. Oh, there's another one. Another court another high court in Abia State says the same thing the way the court said. But all of this has moved on to the appeal court. But that's not what we're discussing now. The situation on ground. So help us look at all of this. We're joined by Eze Chikanaya, former Commissioner for Information, Abia State, and a member of the, what do you call that NGO again?
Abia Interest Group.
Okay. Abia Interest Group.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
On the other side is Olatunde Oyajimi, a legal practitioner. Thank you for joining us. Welcome. Okay. Tell us, what is the interest of the Abians in all of this?
Thank you for bringing us here. And our interest is just one: peace, harmony, unity of Abia, stability of Abia. The Abia Interest Group is not a political party. This issue may be seen as an internal issue of the PDP, but it's not, because the outcome will affect everybody in Abia, over 4 million Nigerians. So our interest is, what is it that will be done in the circumstance that will bring peace, harmony, stability in Abia?
Okay.
That's number one interest. Number two interest is that...
Oh, you said it was one interest.
Yes, but it's an adjunct of that.
Okay.
Taking from that, you have that since Abia State has been invaded by subterranean and extraneous forces, there's need for us to raise alarm and bring to the notice of the entire nation that what the Bible said is true. A little living the whole lump. That if the aberration that has taken place in Abia State is allowed to take root, democracy in Nigeria will crash overnight. So our interest is to call the attention of Nigerians, to call the attention of President Buhari, to call the attention of every democracy-loving Nigerian to the fact that a particular litmus test is being used in Abia, an experiment. And if it succeeds, this democracy will fail. What is that experiment? The Association of Better Nigeria went to a court under Aton Zeribe and scuttled June 12. The so-called Wild West was what finished the First Republic. And this Abia issue...
We don't want wild Abia.
Yes, we don't want wild Abia, so that there won't be a 1966, so that Nigeria will not crumble. So what happened in Abia is an attempted coup. And we want President Buhari to immediately instruct the Inspector General of Police to arrest the coupists, to arrest Ucheoga, to make sure that Justice Abang is put under investigation by the NGC, and to immediately sack that fidgeting man called Nwuruku. These are the three reasons why we are here as Abia Interest Group.
Okay. Mr. Yajimi, now, please, you are a legal practitioner. Yes. Can you please clarify this for us? Mr. Ikpeazu was the PDP candidate in the last election.
Yes.
Mr. Oga was not the candidate.
Yes.
So votes cast were cast for Mr. Ikpeazu and the PDP. But INEC has ruled that the certificate should be given to Oga. But Oga did not even take part in the election at all. Can you please clarify that?
Well, in the
for
first
us?
instance, the certificate of return that was given to Oga was posed on to another of court. Another of court, whether right or wrong,
Yes.
is valid until set aside. That is the legal position in Nigeria. Now, and I am aware that the legal tussle that led to the ruling of Justice Abang before now had been on and been protracted since 2014 until the ruling was now eventually given. So it is not just a question of a thing that started yesterday, but something that has been on for quite some time. So, and the way it is, the matter having gone on, there is a ruling, and that ruling or the judgment, so to say, and that is on appeal now. Until set aside, that order is still valid. But I am aware that as of yesterday, that same court has gone ahead to give a stay of proceedings in the matter. And in fact, the standard practice is that once the matter is on appeal, then all matters relating to issues around it will have to be stayed pending the outcome of the appeal. Whether right. So for now, I think the clarification. My friend is trying to say that there's some quips and what have you. Well, the judicial process is on, and in fact, it's good for our democracy. And all these things that are coming on now, for it to be taken off and pronounced upon by the court, so that next time, and in any event, the issue in contention is about tax evasion. So whether the man is right or wrong, the matter is in court until that one is decided.
No, the court has ruled that his tax papers are in order. That the documents
now, coming back to that one that you have just mentioned, I'm aware that the authority is that a court of court jurisdiction cannot, once there is a judgment, that other court cannot sit on appeal on the previous judgment. The first in time judgment is that the governor has to know the tax papers are not valid. Now,
please hold your thoughts. We'll have to take a very quick break and come back to this conversation. Please don't go away.